Hey, g'day there. Great to have you along. This is our last chat for the year, and what a place to be. Auckland's newest car dealership, Lotus Auckland. Now, you know the history of Lotus. It's amazing on the track and on the road. We're here to look at this car, the final edition Elise Sport, but in a moment. But look at this, the history that's around us, the memorabilia, and then back here, a genuine Lotus Cortina Mark II. This is just epic, and it doesn't stop there. Outside is a Series 1 Elise, the car that has defined Lotus for the past generation. Super light, just 725 kilos. Light, agile, Lotus to the core. And you know, well, almost every other car has got bigger and heavier. The Elise has actually stayed true to that maxim. This Sport 240 final edition, complete with all of today's safety requirements, is still just 922 kilos. It's about 300 kilos lighter than your average car. And look, I'll be the first to say that gaining a little bit of weight over the years isn't the biggest sin. And let's be honest though, a fair bit of the weight, 150 kilos in fact, extra, comes down to this engine. 4-cylinder, 1.8 litre, supercharged. At 240 horsepower, it's twice as powerful as the original Elise. It'll move this little rocket from 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds, going on to 236 kilometers an hour. Also, to your nose, the styling's changed. The Elise has gone from looking sweet to sweet ass. The Elise was designed to be a track car first. The road car thing came second. In fact, it's no accident there's a Ducati motorbike in the showroom, because that was the inspiration for the Elise. And the track touches are still there. AP brakes behind lightweight wheels. Actually, speaking of light, you can option this car to weigh under 900 kilos. What hasn't changed in the Elise generation at Lotus is the bonded extruded aluminium chassis and fiberglass body. The stack instruments in the Series 1 were super cool, but so too is the new TFT display in this final edition, which also features a heritage touch. This British Racing green paint is one of the colours. There's also Essex blue. In fact, this car with the yellow racing stripe, I love it. It's called Type 49. What hasn't gone, and you feel it straight away, is the absolute purity of this drive. I don't want to use the word delicate, it's nimble. It's incredible, and this gear change, it does enough for me, the Meccano-like glory. I've been able to see the workings. It makes you want to flip on downshifts even when you don't need to. It's just intoxicating, it really is. And that engine's so tractable that you don't really need to be changing gears as much as you do, but you do it because it feels so good. And I know I've got the top off and there's going to be some wind noise, but I want to hear that engine. You can actually hear the supercharger just behind the scenes spinning up. Oh. And then you've got the steering. There's no power steering. You feel every slight camber change in the road, every input gets something back. It really is an incredible buzz. I'm trying to think of a way to sum up the way this steering feels. It's a bit like when you go to the beach for the first time in a while, and that first time you take off your shoes and you feel the sand under your feet. When it's not cooking hot, of course. It feels that good, it really does. You know that term driver's car, it's bandied around a lot, it's overused to be fair. This is a driver's car. In fact, I'd go as far as saying, if this doesn't make you smile, if you don't love driving this, you don't love cars. I've got a bit of a confession. I've driven a few Lotuses, the 211R, that was amazing. I've driven in the Spree and the Europa, but I'd never driven the Elise. I can't believe I've waited 25 years to drive this car. And it's bittersweet too, because as we film this, the team at Hethel in the UK, Lotus HQ, are about to wake up and build the very last Elise and Exige. It really is literally the end of a generation. Forget all the final edition stickers, the leather and all the goodies. What makes this car special is this is the result of 25 years of perfecting a car that was amazing from the get-go. This is as good as the Elise is ever going to get. And you know what, driving this car is genuinely life-affirming. It's actually good for your well-being. I'm not kidding about how good it feels, not just to drive, but how good this car makes you feel. It's like rediscovering vinyl. That level of nuance and connection is just incredible. You know, I guess as Lotus hang up the Elise tooling and focus on the future, the Evora, we can't wait for that to arrive, that immense Evora, and of course all their EVs. I think we're going to take a moment and really think what this car has delivered in the last 25 years. It's joined the Seven, the Elan, the Esprit as defining a generation of Lotuses. And as much as any Lotus, it lives up to Colin Chapman's great credo, and that's simplify and add lightness. But most of all, it's so much fun.